Good afternoon to one and all present here. In the lecture series of manufacturing technology, now we are going to discuss about types of chips. In this previous lecture series, we had already discussed about the cutting tools and its type, and the single point cutting tool and its nomenclature, and also we had discussed about orthogonal cutting and oblique cutting during the machining process. Now we are going to discuss about the types of chips produced during the machining process in manufacturing technology subject. What is chip? The sheared material that flows along with the continuous tool surface in the form of small pieces during the metal cutting is called as a chip. Chip. In short, the waste which is produced during the machining process is known as the chip. Chip actually has two surfaces, such as the tiny surface or shiny surface which has contact with the red surface of the tool, and another one is the rough surface which has no contact with any solid body. Chip, because of its forms and dimensions, is the indication of nature and quality of particular machining process. The types of chips which is produced during the machining process mainly depend upon the different types of properties, such as what type of workpiece material which is we are going to use or machine during the machining process. And the second major criteria is the tool geometry. What are the different types of tool geometry which we are going to imply during the machining process? And then is the cutting conditions. What are the different types of cutting conditions which are going to select during the machining process? These three are the major criteria through which the types of chips during the machining process varies. There are majorly three different types of chips. First one is the continuous chip, discontinuous chip, or other name of discontinuous chip is the segmental chip, and the next one is the continuous chip with an build up edge. BUE means build up edge. This is the diagram which implies the types of chip which is produced during the machining process. First one is the continuous chip. This portion is the workpiece and this portion is the tool. While tool gets, due to the friction and due to the shearing force, the material get removed, and this removed material or the waste or sheared material which is formed during the machining process is known as the chip. And in this case, first diagram, the chip produced is in a continuous direction. Next, second type is the discontinuous chip. This is the workpiece material and this is the tool, and this is the example of the or diagram of the discontinuous chip, and this is the build up edge on the workpiece. In detail, we will discuss about continuous, discontinuous and the build up edge in detail. First one is the types. In the types of chips, first type is the continuous chip, and this is the diagram of the continuous chip. As the name implies, the chip which is formed during the machining process produces continuously, like it is like a coil-like structure. As we had already discussed about the previous slide, this type of chips mainly depend upon the different types of materials, its tool geometry, and also cutting conditions which is used during the machining process. Now we will discuss it one by one. In case of continuous chip, where it is produced, if we use the ductile work materials, for example, if we use a low carbon steel, or if we use mild steel as a workpiece material, or if we use a copper as the workpiece material, then the chip produced is the continuous type of chip. And also in case of cutting conditions, if we introduce higher cutting speed, then the chip produced will be continuous. And if we give smaller feed and also if we give a smaller depth of cut, then the chip produced is in the case of continuous chip. And also if there is a higher tool chip friction, continuous chip is produced. When continuous chip is produced, the surface finish is very good when compared to that of the discontinuous chip produced during the machining process. Second one is the segmented or discontinuous chip. While the workpiece material is brittle in nature, for example, if we use cast iron or if we use a bronze as the workpiece material, the chip produced is the discontinuous or segmented chip. And also in case of cutting conditions, if we use a lower cutting speed or if we use larger feed or large depth of cut, the chip produced is discontinuous chip. And also if there is a tool chip friction lower tool chip friction, the chip produced is a discontinuous chip. And in case of surface finish, during the discontinuous chip formation, irregular surface, that means the surface finish is not up to the mark in case of discontinuous chip production. Next one is the continuous chip with build-up edge. This is the build-up edge which is formed during the machining process. In this case of continuous with build-up edge, this portion, the workpiece material, if we use the ductile material, we can produce continuous with build-up edge. What are the factors which is responsible for with build-up edges? If we use a lower cutting speed, or if we give an excessive feed, or if there is a smaller rack angle in the tool, or a poor lubrication in the tool, build-up edge is formed. Thank you.